issue, we'll go to the next stable holding point.
I'd
This
be
is how
so
GLS
scared if you were
configures
having
the
all
rocket and
these
ground
issues,
systems
you know that?
to a stable point
Like,
where they can stop
maybe
the
today's
countdown
not the best
if
day
that's
to do
needed.
this.
But right now, we are counting down. Our next big milestone, looking to
Hope
retract
the
the crew
Challenger
access
doesn't
arm.
happen again.
Huh?
I hope we don't have another Challenger disaster.
Oh God, that would be terrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And there you see the crew access arm moving
Oh,
away.
it's moving away. You guys are stuck in there now.
That's the path that the astronauts took to ingress into the rocket. Until this point, that was their way off the pad if they needed to evacuate. But now with that arm retracting, the backup transitions to a launch abort system. And they'll begin arming that shortly.
Oh, wow.
Of course, the launch abort system, great shot there, the crew access arm retracting away. The launch abort system is the tower at the top, and that's what would pull Orion and its crew off the top of the rocket in case of an emergency, whether it's on the ground or in flight. This is critical safety hardware that protects the lives of the astronauts.
This is getting exciting.
Starting at T-minus 6 minutes, the GLS will start bringing that and other high-energy systems online.
I don't know
with
what the
core
smoke
stage
is.
Pressurization.
Six minutes.
Weather is 90% go. The range is go. All systems are go. TLS is go for core stage tank pressurization. That means the replenish valve for the liquid hydrogen tank is now closed, and that tank is beginning to pressurize to flight levels because that hydrogen is naturally boiling inside the tank. We'll get the liquid oxygen tank a little later in the count. Now the team is waiting for verification that, if needed, the Artemis II crew could use the launch abort system to pull Orion safely off the top of the rocket in an emergency. Let's listen in for that call. TLS verifies last capability available. And CDR, do you copy?
CDR copies, last available.
That's great news, and you heard the NTD verify that with the commander of the mission. TLS is go for FTS arm. Now work is being done to arm the flight termination system. This is so the range safety can send a flight termination command if the rocket flies too far off track. There's a brief built-in delay, so the launch abort system has time to pull the astronauts safely first. High flow bleed check. All right, the high flow bleed check. And so the cryo team gets verification that the RS-25 engines, all four of them, are in the proper temperature range for launch.
Oh, we got 4 minutes.
TLS is go for core stage APU start. Core stage APU start, those are auxiliary power units.
Yep, auxiliary power unit.
High-speed turbines.
I know that because of
pressure
airplane.
to hydraulic pumps that steer the RS-25 engines. We're going to see a gimbal test a little later at T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is what allows that to happen. Coming up in about 20 seconds, we're listening for go for purge sequence 4. That's a helium purge of the 4 core stage engines core stage engines downstream of the propellant valve. This gets all the air and moisture out of there.
Man, how they figure all that out? You know that?
It's amazing.
Honest to God.
Moving through the milestones. All is looking good.
You all right there,
Coming up
Kiki?
in just a few
Yeah.
seconds, we're going to get that thrust vector control actuator test. This is a gimbling of the engines.
How were the pizza rolls?
Good.
You good? How did the
Here are
rabbit
the 4
noodles?
RS-25s.
Huh?
3 of them.
What did you say?
Shuttle Heritage.
rabbit
1 of
noodles?
them built
I don't
from
know.
Shuttle
You know, your
parts.
mom used to eat those all the time, too.
And there you see them moving.
She lived down in actually.
We have movement.
Now we're going to start moving the power from both the upper stage and the lower stage of the rocket to internal. Taking ground power away and now going to battery power.
GLS is go for upper stage.
Our power is removed from the rocket's upper stage. The ICPS, it's been switched to battery.
1 minute?
Same milestone for the lower core stage coming up at T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds. Right now, the 4-person Artemis II crew is 248,000 miles away from the moon. And if all goes well, we'll fly by it in 6 days.
In 6 days? You did?
TLS is
Look at that.
power.
It's 65th,
All right,
huh?
here's the rocket's core stage. The challenge is 3 years and now on its own power.
Now on its own power.
1:16,
No more
DJ.
hold time because there's no more margin on
That
these batteries.
excited?
So we'd have to
Aren't you
recycle
excited,
back to
TJ?
T-minus 10 to recharge if we had a hole.
One minute.
1 minute.
Right now the rocket does not know what the T0 is, but coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, control shifts from the ground launch sequencer to the rocket's onboard autonomous launch sequencer, or ALS. The rocket will count itself down, but honor any holds that could come from the ground. Now, shortly after liftoff, Houston will take control of the rocket, and my colleague Gary Jordan will take over commentary.
GLS go for ALS.
Great call out. The rocket is on its own. Four
Okay,
brave
TJ.
explorers ready to ride the most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched.
It's powerful.
Sound suppression water is flowing. And here we go. 10, 9,
9,
8,
8,
7,
7,
RS-25 engines.
5,
4,
3,
2,
2, 1.
1.
Booster ignition.
Blast off!
The crew of Artemis II now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Yay!
Good roll pitch. Roger, roll pitch.
Houston now controlling the flight of integrity on the Artemis II mission around the moon.
Integrity, AMT high. AMT high.
On time passing 30 seconds until the rocket's
Wow.
passes the ultimate vehicle. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance of rotating engines. Space Launch System core stage. Integrity, 3 miles in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
Why is it going on an angle?
It's supposed to do that to help it get out of the atmosphere.
Don't they drop something too? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mission last time, passing 1 minute, approaching max Q.
On, possibly on. Stan, we have you loud and clear on possibly on. Have you the same?
Communication signal transfer confirmed as Integrity and its crew go supersonic. Approaching 90 seconds into the Artemis II mission. Integrity is 14 miles in altitude, 8 miles downrange, traveling more than 2,600 miles per hour.
£2,600 per hour.
One minute 50 seconds of mission elapsed time. Standing by for main engine throttle down to 85%. Ahead of solid rocket booster separation, expected at the 2-minute 9-second mark.
So they're gonna
We
let
see
half of the
throttle
ship go?
I don't know.
You get irritated.
Confirmed
Yeah.
separation.
I don't wanna watch them.
Main engines throttling up. Guidance converged.
Integrity, guidance converged, performance nominal, upper
Wow.
stage RCS ready. Copy all, Stan. Integrity, SM priming complete. SM priming complete.
2 minutes 45 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis II mission. Thrusters on Integrity and upper stage confirmed in a ready state ahead of service module fairing separation. 3 minutes into the flight. Integrity 49 miles in altitude, 78 miles downrange, now passing 5,000 miles per hour. Standing by for launch board system jettison.
Houston Integrity, good last jettison, great view. Copy jettison, TECO 8+02. We see you sail on board, Stan. And Houston has you loud and clear on Tigris at the common line.
You know, I bet you had to pay to be there. That, you know what I'm saying, Dennis? Or
3 minutes,
It's
50
the
seconds
family or
into the flight of
something?
Artemis II,
Where there's-
Wiseman, Glover,
you don't
Cook,
see
and
a lot of
Hansen
people
crossed the
there?
boundary to space with good comm checks. GPS signals acquired after last jettison, now working on internal checks to verify accuracy. Flight Dynamics Officer analyzed the time of main engine cutoff, confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds, time of MECO.
You can still see it.
Integrity, GPS processing.
Is that what they're seeing?
Outstanding, Stan, we see the same, and we have a beautiful moonrise. We're headed right at it.
Approaching 5 minutes into the flight, Commander Reed Wiseman confirms he has visuals of his destination. GPS guidance, navigation, and control software finishes internal checks and sends to navigation channels.
Integrity, 3-engine press. 3-engine press.
On time, now passing 5 minutes 20 seconds of mission elapsed time into the Artemis II mission. At this point, 3 good main engines are all that's needed to carry Integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target. Though at this time, we're seeing 4 good engines here in Mission Control Houston. Integrity, 75 miles in altitude, 330 miles downrange, approaching 10,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, looking good at 6 minutes. Same on board, Stan.
Good trajectory and engine performance. Booster officer will soon report the shutdown plan to Flight Director Judd Freeling, expected at the 7-minute mark. Integrity, 78 miles in altitude, 460 miles downrange.
Integrity, expect nominal shutdown. Integrity copies, nominal shutdown.
Six minutes 40 seconds of mission elapsed time. Shutdown plan is as expected. Again, the time of MECO was confirmed at 8 minutes 2 seconds into the flight. Seven minutes of mission elapsed time. Throttling down as we approach the abort once around option. Milestone at the 7-minute 30-second mark. Now 84 miles in altitude, 650 miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, AOA open. AOA open.
The window is now open for an abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Still following nominal ascent at this time. About 10 seconds remaining until the main engine cutoff of the Space Launch System core stage. Standing by for confirmation of MECO and core stage separation.
There it goes. Coming back to Earth, right?
Integrity.
It'll probably burn up in the atmosphere.
Separated. We see the same logboard, Stan.
Eight minutes 40 seconds into the flight, we have a nominal main engine cutoff heading in the right trajectory on the way to swing around the moon. Core stage has separated, done its job. The Space Launch System upper stage, the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, or ICPS, still attached to the Orion spacecraft. Nine minutes of mission elapsed time. Integrity crew of Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen now in orbit around the Earth at the beginning of their journey to the moon.
Terry Houston, looking ahead to PRM numbers so far per the pad. Copy that, Stan, numbers per the pad.
Capcom Stan Loves now reminding the crew that the parity raise maneuver time of ignition is as expected prior to booster ignition. That time being 49 minutes, 50 seconds of mission elapsed time.
How fast is that thing going?
18,370, 300 something miles an hour.
Integrity, good.
Are already up
Boy.
242,000 miles up.
Wow.
Copy that, Stan. Good, Neds.
Copy that. Flight attendant.
And Terry Houston for PWD set. Just a reminder, halfway open on the secondary. We got that set halfway open.
Did it move, TJ?
I don't know.
Or are you watching?
I am.
Passing 11 minutes of mission elapsed time. Here, overhearing the conversation between Capcom Stan Love and Commander Reed Wiseman, already passing some milestones. We have a good nozzle extension deployment system. That is confirmed. Complete We also have the visors are confirmed up, now past the dynamic phase of flight, that is ascent. Their launch and entry suits that provided them an extra layer of protection. Now not as needed, they're going to raise those visors. And later in today's mission, they will begin to egress or get out of the suits to begin some of their initial tasks of activating some of the systems aboard in the Integrity spacecraft. It's passing 12 minutes of mission elapsed time. Again, the perigee raise maneuver that's targeted near 50 minutes of mission elapsed time, 49 minutes, 50 seconds. That's what the crew is going to be working towards. The Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover will focus on preparing for that milestone. In the meantime, mission specialist Christina Cook and Jeremy Hansen will start some of the activation of environmental control life support systems. You may hear confirmation of their activation over the Orion to Earth communication network.
Houston, C3 Aux Tower,
It's
back
like
in
Star Trek
Lovato.
or something.
Copy C3 Aux, and we're 2 minutes to maneuver.
Oh, they're only for
13 minutes
241
and 30
miles
seconds of
from
mission
Earth.
elapsed time. We're going to continue to follow the crew of the Artemis II mission. They are beginning their journey around the moon to verify the systems that will take us to its surface. An incredible ascent. Artemis II is underway. Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook, and Jeremy Hansen begin their journey to the moon. Still milestones to come up as we await solar array deploy and the critical burns that will get Integrity. It's a high Earth orbit around the Earth before engines are fired to get us around the moon. We'll keep tabs on Integrity and its crew from here in Mission Control Houston. But for now, we're going to send it back to you, Megan and Nicole at the Kennedy Space Center. Very jealous to hear how the launch experience was over on the Space Coast.
Yeah, Gary, if people are just joining us, welcome back to the Space Coast where we just saw Artemis II liftoff 14 minutes ago. And wow, what an amazing launch and an emotional one too. As soon as the rocket lifted off, Nicole, you had tears in your eyes, I had tears in my eyes, and we had all these people around us cheering. It was amazing.
Yeah, the energy was wonderful. I mean, it was a beautiful launch. We've got 4 friends and family members headed to the moon. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, how does that make you feel as someone who, is an astronaut as well, but also, as you said, friend?
Yeah, so proud of them. Man, we don't have the words in the English language to describe this kind of an event, and pride, love, so many emotions. They are truly breaking some barriers, and hopefully, as Gary just said, they've got a long day ahead of them, so wishing them well on everything, but so far, what a beautiful launch to watch.
Yeah, to be returning to the lunar orbit in more than 50 years. Maybe they go farther from Earth than any other humans before them. Maybe they see parts of the moon that we've never seen before. I mean, what a great start to what could be all of these milestones that we break in just a 10-day mission.
Yes, what a way to welcome in the Artemis generation.
Yeah, how do you feel? I mean, we saw some beautiful shots we were covering of course, the rocket, of course, the Earth falling away as we continued up into our ascents, but also some of those crowd shots where we saw young and old, just emotional, overcome by this history-making moment.
Man, we are going back to the moon for all, and we saw that today. We saw that in all the crowds. And yeah, you guys just saw that view, the sunrise or sunset, I guess. They just made it over the crest of the Earth, and you could see the sun peeking over. One of my favorite views from space, and I can't imagine what they're looking at now, and I can't wait to see what they're looking at in about 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are like, I'm surprised this launched on the first try, because we know, like any little thing, we have to be keeping safety in mind, and we want to make sure we're ready to go, but we were ready to go, and I think it surprised a lot of people. What a wonderful surprise. surprise on this Wednesday evening.
It did, and it kind of surprised me as well. But, it's just a testament to the team here that has been working so hard on Artemis. Artemis 1, we learned a ton of lessons. We learned a ton from the wet dress for Artemis 2. We were able to go in, fix those things. We even had a couple mishaps today. Not mishaps, but a couple, anomalies today that the team creatively came up with solutions for. It's just a testament to the teamwork that gets us to the moon.
And so we can continue to watch Christina, Reed, Victor, and Jeremy on their way now to the moon in Earth's orbit and awaiting the next in-flight milestones, deploying Orion's solar arrays. So why don't we get back in with Mission Control and Gary.
Hey, thank you, Megan. Again, we're following along in the action. It is a long day. They have a number of procedures they need to get to immediately in their timeline.
And Integrity Houston, Crosstag is on board per FCDM. We copy Houston, thank you.
Cross-eye referring to flight controllers here initiating a connection between some of the batteries aboard the Orion spacecraft.
Okay.
Allowing for an even distribution of power. This is the flight control teams that took us through ascent of the Artemis II mission today. Right now we're, as you see, passing 18 minutes of mission elapsed time. The Orion spacecraft integrity and the interim cryogenic propulsion system are maneuvering tail to sun. It is in this orientation, this attitude.
Integrity anywhere so that momentary prop possible. And Reed, no action, we're looking at it.
Commander Reed Wiseman verifying what is being routed to his displays aboard Integrity. Propulsion engineer confirming that no action is needed at this time. They're pressing through with their nominal procedures to prepare for the perigee raise maneuver. And of course the solar array wing deploy ahead of that. The solar wing deploy is a critical milestone. We'll continue to have our coverage follow the mission until that deployment. Successful launch is just the beginning. The deployment of the solar arrays and successful confirmation that those solar array wings are drawing power is a significant milestone and says to the flight control teams that we will continue on today's mission. Power needs to be drawn to continue through some of the next milestones. Until then, the AOA open option that was called up upon ascent, the abort once around, is the current option, and abort to orbit option ATO will be switched to a preferred mode at the time that the solar array wings are deployed and latched. It gives the flight control teams a little bit more flexibility.
Integrity Houston, update on TDRS handover for your pad. Give us just 1 minute. And Stan, you can read it. Ike is ready to copy. Roger. TDRS handover east to west expected 1 second earlier at 5:1 minutes, 26 seconds. All right, Stan, we copy 1 second earlier for 5126 TDRS east to west, and saws are starting to deploy. Thermal knives are firing. We concur. Thanks for the report.
Read back of the reports that you just heard on the Orion to Earth network. Integrity has maneuvered tail to sun. The RL-10 nozzle on the end of the ICPS is pointed towards the sun, and the solar array deployment sequence has begun. With the deployment confirmed, it'll be several minutes until they are what is called in a latched position. Once they are latched and confirmed to be drawing power, they can switch the mode to ATO and continue along the mission. the teacher's handover at the pad, that message meant the crew was provided some preliminary numbers of when to expect handovers between the tracking and data relay satellites. Currently orbiting Earth at an altitude of 545 statute miles above the Earth, they are in a near-Earth network communication system. The tracking and data relay satellites, geosynchronous satellites that are stationed about 23,000 miles above the Earth. After the apogee rays burn, that occurs later today, the burn itself will put them in an altitude that surpasses the range of the tracking and data relay satellites, and they will transition to the deep space network today.
And today for prompt messages, we see 2 temperature measurements right near the line. It's a momentary message you saw earlier. We're going to suppress those. It's helium heater 2 T1 and heater 1 T1. They're going suppressed. Integrity, thank you. We see the same.
Very good, Dennis. Thank you, honey.
This is Mission Control Houston, passing 23 minutes of mission elapsed time into the Artemis II mission. This is after a launch that began at 5:35 and 12 seconds Central Time, 6:35 and 12 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. Right now, the orientation you're seeing from our aero visualization, it translates some of the telemetry that we're getting from the spacecraft and puts it into a model so you can follow along on some of the milestones that we are following here. The RL-10 nozzle that you see at the left end of your screen, though it is currently not firing, that nozzle is pointed towards the sun, and the solar arrays are currently deploying. From this visualization, they look fully stowed in a position.
Integrity, we are happy to report that Jeremy has the O2 sensors on. Copy O2 sensors.
Again, Commander Reed Wiseman and Pilot Victor Glover overseeing the deployment of the solar arrays. And we'll follow the attitude maneuver changes ahead of the first burn of the ICPS engine, the perigee raise maneuver.
Integrity Houston, we see 4 saws deployed and latched, ready for ATO preferred. Yeah, we're almost there in the procedure stand, and we see the same thing. Integrity Houston, we are seeing a 7-second miscompare between the MET on Orion and ICPS. We'd like you to read us the MET from your center status bar and for the ICPS on StackSum. And Stan, we see
Get bored, TJ?
absolutely
No.
precise alignment. MET 25, 14, 15, 16, precisely aligned with ICPS MET.
Well, you're recording, aren't you?
Yeah.
Copy, thank you for that. We'll
It's
investigate
fine.
the ground issue. And Houston Integrity, ATO preferred set. Copy, ATO preferred.
This is Mission Control Houston, 25 minutes, 45 seconds into the flight of Artemis II. We have confirmation that all 4 solar array wings are deployed and latched. This is the configuration needed to switch to ATO preferred, which you did hear confirmed from Pilot Victor Glover. That mode has been switched. There's also a discussion with Capcom Stan Love and Commander Reed Wiseman about the alignment of the MET clocks on the Orion spacecraft and the ICPS. Commander Reed Wiseman confirmed the clocks are in sync, no issues, they're going to investigate it on the ground. We're proceeding with today's mission. 26 minutes of mission elapsed time and counting. This is Mission Control Houston. We're approaching 28 minutes of mission elapsed time into the Artemis II mission. At this point, we've had a successful liftoff from the pad at 5:35 p.m. and 12 seconds p.m. Central Time, 6:35 and 12 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. We've had a good main engine cutoff, core stage separation, and a good trajectory to begin today's mission. Right now, the spacecraft has maneuvered tail to sun. We're standing by for another maneuver to maneuver into the burn attitude. This is where the RL-10 engine of the ICBS is pointed in the correct orientation for the perigee raise maneuver. We did hear confirmation that the perigee raise maneuver time of ignition has been confirmed per the pad, which means it was the predicted time prior to liftoff.
Integrity for GNC, we're taking channel 1 to unfiltered and to BFS. Okay, Stan, we're watching. Go ahead.
Capcom Stan Love reading up to the crew of Integrity. They will switch the navigation source from channel 1, standing by for confirmation that that switch has occurred. Pilot Victor Glover will receive confirmation when, and as at least watching to confirm that that switch has occurred. Again, the perigee raise maneuver that we're heading towards, not too long from now, we're actually inside 20 minutes this time from the time of ignition of the perigee raise maneuver.